What's up, world? Thanks for jumping in for another ride. We are back in the shop today. Actually, we are in the drive out in front of the shop. Shop is right behind the camera there, and we are out here with the 2016 Ford F-150, and today we're going to be walking through a cabin air filter change. Specifically, this will apply to the 2015 through 2020 models, but this will also apply to a lot of other models. There's just going to be a little bit of variance as to how to access the filter. Now, the one tool that you will need for this job is a 7mm socket. And so you could just use a 7mm with a small extension and a 1/4-inch drive ratchet, or you could use a nut driver handle. A nut driver handle would probably actually be preferable. That way you don't take a chance of breaking into the plastic. But the one tool that you'll need is a 7mm socket. Now, also with that, I do want to mention that we're going to be using a K&N cabin air filter with this that was installed on the 2016 F-150 way back around 30,000 miles. And I think we're around 118,000 miles right now. So just to go ahead and share with you that particular part number, it's going to be V as in Victor, F as in Frank, 2049. And I installed that particular filter just for the simple fact that it is reusable over the years. And so it really doesn't matter if you're going to be using just a good quality filter, a Motorcraft, a Fram, whatever it may be. Just go ahead and pick your personal preference. But other than that, I just want to make sure that we share that we were going to be using a K&N. So if you're curious why the same filter comes out and goes back in, we're going to go ahead and clean up that K&N and pop it back in the F-150. Now inside the shop, I just keep a couple of clipboards with some basic stuff, and you can see that my son drew me a picture of me driving a Shelby Cobra. Yes, that is me driving a Shelby Cobra down there. And above that is the installation instructions that came from K&N. You can obviously reference this video, but if you do purchase a K&N, they actually come with pretty good instructions. And plus, I think you can also reference those instruction manuals on the K&N website. And then up above that in the shop is a whiteboard, so you can see that I just have like our lawnmower and our generator service. And so you can just see the last time that I serviced the cabin air filter was 91,000 miles, and we are now at 118,000. So I try to do this about once every summer on the other side of hunting seasons. Other than that, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, first step in the process is to go ahead and open your glove box and make sure that your glove box is empty. And then once your glove box is open, if you're looking at it from the passenger seat on the right side, you're going to see this piece right here. And this is actually what controls the glove box opening and closing too far. So you're just basically going to hold it just behind these little notches right here, or these raised areas. So if you just pinch it, push the glove box back in, and it'll clip like that. And then you're going to pull out on this, and it may be a little tight, but it'll come out like so. Once that's loose, you're going to push in on each side of the glove box like so. And the glove box will just rest in that position. Once you have your glove box down in that resting position, we're going to go ahead and take off this rubber mat, and it just pulls off. So as you pull it up, you can see that it has some holes down the bottom, and it has some small finger grooves. I will show you the shape of those so you can see that they just clip into those little small recesses right there, and that's what holds it in place. Now, just so that I don't forget later on, I want to go ahead and tell you a quick tip. Just pay attention to this side as it goes up into that area, because a lot of times if you don't, you'll get all the center of it clipped into place, but this won't be up into place good. And so it's just something to pay attention to, because you can see that it only has those two little small pieces right there that clip it into place, and it's kind of hidden back up under that dash vent area. And so sometimes it don't get up into place good, so just pay attention to it. And it's come from someone that has done it a couple of times, so that's kind of been my experience. And now where you have removed that rubber trim piece back behind it, you're going to need to remove two 7mm screws. And so I've just got a 1/4-inch drive ratchet extension and a 7mm socket. One thing that I do want to note with these is it is just plastic with metal clips on it. So if you can use a nut driver, definitely do that. So trust me on this one, you would much rather remove this one rubber trim piece and retighten those small screws, as opposed to having broken plastic back there for the remainder of the life of your vehicle. So please do not over tighten those little tiny screws. Once those two screws are removed, we are going to unclip this compartment out of the glove box area. And so it definitely will take a little bit of effort. And so you can see right there where these clips in. And And then on the right side, if you just take it and rotate it, you'll get access. You can see this plug. And so this plug controls the button here. And then back by the wires, all you're going to do is squeeze down and pull it out. So just for reference, there is just a little tab back here on this back side. And so when you squeeze it, it's going to release this little nub, and that'll come out of there. And so it'll slide right out really easy. Now, one of the things that I have ran across with this cabin air filter instruction situation is the fact that all the instructions literally just say open the cabin air filter door. And so it really doesn't say how. So, but it's very easy. So if you just reach up on this side, and if you can hook your finger around it and just kind of pull out and back towards you. So that one unclipped. I'm gonna go to this side. I know you can't hardly see that. There we go. Back. And so if you just kind of pull it like so, and those tabs just fall out of the bottom, and that is your cabin air filter. And it looks like it's probably due for a serious cleaning. And so just to get it out, now you can see why we had to remove this shelf piece that was screwed up there. So it'll just come straight through there. And so there is our really dirty cabin air filter. Now, as I go to clean up this K&N air filter, another tip that I wanted to share with you that I have figured out over the years is if for whatever reason you go to grab another filter or clean a K&N filter, whatever the reason may be, and you go to close this door, the pocket down at the bottom where the cup holder is down there will contact that glove box, and it puts that glove box door in a really bad bind. So just a quick, simple solution is just to go ahead and push the glove box door up into position. You can squeeze on the sides of it, get those tabs back behind that plastic, keep it up in just like a normal open position, and you can go ahead and close the door. I just want to point that out because literally none of the instructions say anything about any situation like that, and it really does put that glove box door in a bad bind. So that's just a quick tip. If you're going to close that door for whatever reason to go grab a filter, clean a filter, grab tools, whatever it may be, just make sure that you put that glove box up in at least the normal open position, so that way the door down there doesn't contact it and get all that stuff in a bind and take a chance of tearing up the hinges on your glove box. Now, if you want, while everything's apart, this is a good time. You can take like the little door for the cabin air filter. You can just kind of give everything a really quick cleaning. The back side of the tray, it's going to collect a lot of dust and stuff just because this is the top of it. So literally this is going to take less than 5 minutes. So it's only a couple of components. So while they're out, I just give them a quick wipe. And once you're this far along, reassembly is extremely easy. So there is our cabin air filter back in place. And you can see that there is a piece of plastic right there and another one on that side. So the filter just sits underneath those pieces of plastic like so. That'll keep it in place. And it's a good tight fit from side to side. Doesn't move around. Next up is our access door. So those tabs go into those holes and then just rock it up into place. Clip. And that one clipped in earlier. So you can see we're in place. Door's closed and secured. And now we can plug in our electrical connection. It'll clip into place. We're going to slide that up there. And then remember our clips are on each end of this. So push those in. If you kind of reach behind and squeeze, that'll clip everything into place. And then our two 7mm screws. And again, as these screws bottom out, make sure not to really crank on these things because there's no sense in having broke plastic rattling around your truck. And it's much easier to go back and retighten those screws than it is to repair plastic. So once our tray is in place, the easiest thing that I have found to do is to go ahead and get this side, the passenger side, underneath this vent started up inside where these go into the opening in the dash. And then just make sure that these go up into these small recesses where they rest. And there we go. So we're going to make sure that that's all squaring in there before we get the glove box up in the way. So now that our rubber trim piece is up in place, just go ahead and pull the strut out a little bit, get the glove box up in place, and just like we did earlier, we're going to squeeze in. And so that passenger side, you're going to have to put a little bit of effort into it because it's pretty stiff. Like so. Then we're going to take our strut and we're going to go up in the hole closest to the door of the glove box. Push it in and then pull it back like so. And our glove box is installed. And you have a fresh cabin air filter. And that completes the cabin air filter removal and install on a 2015 through 2020 Ford F-150. Again, this is applicable to other models. Just little details change a little bit, so don't be intimidated by that. And if you go with K&N, they do have fairly good instructions. There are a couple of details, like I pointed out in this video, that you want to pay attention to that aren't really laid out in the instructions, but not a big deal. Details like that just come over time, and we're glad to share that information with you. So listen, as always, you know the deal. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that bell notification, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. As always, jump in for another ride.